Sitting here with Braxton and Spoonie. I doubt y'all can see us because maybe there's a delay on our end. If y'all can hear us, drop something in the comment section. Let us know that
there's a delay.
Let us know that we're live on live. Let us know what's going on. And hey, they could hear us. I told you they could hear us.
Is the delay on purpose?
No.
In case we say something bad?
No, there's only 2 types of people in the world. Is right there. I told y'all.
Coach Leach. Yeah.
So they could hear us. How you like this mustache, Braxton?
Damn, Coach Leach passed.
That was so.
No, we talked
2
about it
minutes
yesterday.
ago.
Why was outside?
Oh, that was so 2 minutes ago.
I saw your.
That was actually so this
Twitter.
morning. This morning when I was brushing my teeth, saw rest in peace.
Yeah,
on the Facebook.
I hearted your nice note to him last night on
what?
Twitter and Instagram. You'd be like, keep up,
keep on keeping on.
Keep on fighting, Coach Leach.
Yeah, I did send out a little tweet. I read that article. That was an incredible article. I know you didn't read it, but
He must have not seen your Facebook post. That's why he stopped fighting.
with but the article was tremendous. Talked about what a absolute caring fucking human being Mike Leach was, and how cool it would have been to work with him because he's like, he just always calling and checking in on that reporter. Found out he was in New Mexico and gave him like 20 places to go eat. He's texting him at like 3 a.m. Like, when you gonna come to Key West? You know.
I can hear you. Grant, so what Nelson was saying is that
Twitter Spaces came back alive. Thank you. Anyways, it's been a rough couple of days. We didn't make any money last week. I don't think. Did we sell anything?
Ooh, no.
That's right.
We did sell Woodland, but we went negative $1,500 on it.
We lost $1,500 on Woodland.
Yeah, it's like $1,625.
That's Braxton's fault. So we won't even talk about that one. Couldn't push Cameron across the finish line with all the efforts. We were waiting on a double appraisal. Come up at the last minute.
We were 9 days short of not needing that appraisal. We're 9 days short of 180 days.
Irrelevant, but okay. I'm just a little bit pissy. When we don't make money, now we did spend some money. I saw we spent about 40 grand last week.
42,000.
Do you have any idea where any of that went?
Well, Jacob went through it all in the meeting.
Yeah, it was a rough Monday meeting, seeing 40,000 disappear and $0 appear. Now, I don't know who else tracks their business like that. Do you track how are you tracking yours?
I just don't spend a whole lot, so I kind of know exactly where it goes.
Well, yeah, you don't spend a whole lot, but is it growing? You just got an account that you watch and it just trickles up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make more than I spend.
But where is the revenue coming from? Like, so if you're trading your time for money, which you do because you work for us,
right?
Bonuses, all of that, and your rentals are taking a little drink every month, what needs the attention?
The rentals.
Yes. So what did I do Friday?
Friday? What'd you do?
Friday.
He set a record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Couple applications.
I just blew the back out of excuses.
16?
16 applications.
And then how many the next day? 7.
Company record for a single day with all hands on deck working on it was 8. Now, I'm not going to take credit from the team because out of that 16, they had to have had a few, right? It was going to be whatever they were naturally going to do that day. But there's a large portion of that was me just straight fucking violently kicking people in the ass to the door of rental properties all fucking day long. I did it for 6 hours. And I did my training. Spoon, have you gone through the phone training for Cardone?
No.
Cardone, phone training, you done it?
I think so, yeah.
So you haven't. I have. You have. I've only done 2 sections. I've done all the sales training, sales process, overcome the objections, all of that. But I did the phone section because I wanted to get better on the phone, right? I want to learn how to build my call. I feel like you've done it. I feel like we did it together.
Yeah, I think that first round that we started rolling through, that was when I would have done it.
And I'm about to log back in and go through it again this week. Now, Brenton,
I'll meet that challenge.
Spoon, just don't make promises you can't keep.
I'll keep it.
Hold on. Have you ever promised to take your kids to, like, say I don't know, tooth fairy thing that's going on in town, and
No.
then you don't make it home in time, and then they don't get to go see the tooth fairy thing that's going on in town, and you get to see the devastation and heartbreak in their face.
No, but I wouldn't let you down because I know that look of disappointment.
No, it's not a look at disappointment. But I think we need to bump our weekly call that we're doing with our agents. I think we need to just have 20 minutes every day on the phone with them and just whoop everyone's ass. Because Brenton, with all of his bad habits that he's built to this point, he's gonna have to go untrain himself to not tell them 20 times on a phone call that he just called them. Like, and Braxton sat there and listened to him say that and didn't fucking stand behind him and cuss him out. Was my fucking correction of his behavior yesterday too much?
No, not at all. And, like, it just goes to show motivation does not care. The lady's on the phone. He starts yelling over Britton's shoulder, like talking on the phone because he was messing it up. She didn't care. She needs a place to live. She has the demand. He has a supply. You just have to make him meet. That's it.
So Brenton was about to do a minute and a half long spiel about where he says, "I just called you 7 times," and circle back. It's like watching the White House press secretary, the redhead. It's like watching her.
Jen Psaki.
Yeah, when she get asked a single question. So Brenton's on the phone. He needs to get an email so he can set up a time. So you get in there. First sell you got to make on that call is to get the email address. Once you get the email address, the next sell you got to make is to set the appointment. So this isn't a sales call to lease. And that's the part that most people don't understand because you ain't gone through the sales training. Braxton might have glazed over it, but he don't remember it that well. But the first sell you got to make is getting the email. And then the sell process starts over, and now you're on setting the appointment, okay? Then once you set the appointment, what do you think you got to do? What do you think you got to do?
Make sure they get there.
You got to make sure they get there. So you're going to have to touch them another time when they're supposed to be there. After you get them to walk the unit, what's the next sell that's got to take place?
Signing the lease.
Nope.
Application.
After you get the application, what's the next sell that's got to take place?
Getting the stuff for the application.
Qualifications,
the
pet screening,
the pay stubs, the
all of that.
employment.
Then what's the next sell that's got to take place?
Money in the bank.
They got to pay. Even if they're not going to move in for another 14 days, they got to pay something. You got to put a little bit of. You don't put the 40 in. I understand you're not moving in for nothing, but you got to give me 100. You got to put 100 on this right now. You got to extract some dollar bills from their bank account into your bank account.
I do remember it because that's like when he super hard hammered in the fact that like leads need nurtured. People need nurtured the entire way through.
The entire way through. If you get on the phone with somebody within 5 minutes of them submitting into your system, how much does your chance of closing them go up?
900%.
900%. Now that's probably just a completely made up stat, but I fucked with it hard on Friday. On Friday, there's 25 leads per page. Okay, I never made it off the second page. So I'm dealing with 50 human beings at the most. I'm dealing with 50 human beings, got 16 across. Now I don't know what close ratio that is because I'm not tracking who I'm calling and when. I'm calling. Okay, then going back through my list of looking because the software tells you where they're at. So it says text sent, or it says showing, or it says showing appointment, or it says at rental application sent, right? So it tells you the last thing that happened. So I'm just going to the one that's furthest away and calling them back. So if they don't have a showing, if it's just a text sent, then I'm calling them. And I'm just doing that over and over and over again. And I'm triple dialing, I'm double dialing, I'm sending the selfie video. And eventually they're answering my call. Now, I don't know how many times I had to touch each one of those human beings to get them to answer my call to know that I'm not spam, but I promise you they felt like I was spam. You want to know why they felt like I was spam? Because within an hour, they're getting buzzed 4 times if they didn't answer. You get what I mean? But the new one that would pop up at the top, every time I'd refresh the screen, if there was a new one at the top,
Smoke them immediately.
I'd smoke them immediately. And when I smoked them immediately, they were there within 20 minutes standing at the door trying to get in. Every single time. And that's why I bet you if you go back and look at how many new leads we got on Friday, it'll look familiar. It'll look like about 16, probably, because those were the easiest ones to close. So the newest lead is and the Cayman is going to be the easiest one to get to the door because they just called. They even say it whenever you call them. Man, I just submitted that. That's crazy. I'm texting some other lady though, and I'm like, don't worry about her. That bitch, she lying. Not really. I'm just like, that's the automated system. That's the automated system. You're talking to me now. Let's roll.
Let's get you in there.
Now,
I did tell Brenton this morning, I said, you got to think what I always say, the most successful closes on getting a email for a contract, negotiating everything. For someone to sell their house is 5 minutes or less. Leasing should be far less than half of that. If you're just trying to get an email and a showing, like, keep these calls. I mean, don't cut them off, but get them in there.
well, but they want to know. What's the price? How many bedrooms is it? How many bedrooms is it? What do you think my answer to that question is, Spoonie?
How many bedrooms do you need?
No, I don't answer a question with a question.
Okay.
Who do I look like? Some fucking untrained amateur punk?
Yes.
No.
What's the answer?
We got all bedrooms. Sir, I need 69. Great, I got 69. I happen to have a 69 bedroom available right now, but I need you to get over there and look at it first. I need you to look at it first because you might not like the neighborhood. Why? If I answer how many bedrooms that is, Spoon, who's controlling the call?
They are. You're spending your time answering their questions. You need them to agree to go to the showing after they give you their email. That's what you're trying to get on the phone call.
That's it. I'm not leasing that unit. I'm not leasing that unit until they've seen it. I'll deal with their objections once they see the unit. Okay? What if they ask me what the price is? What do you think I tell them?
I've got all the prices.
No? What do you think I tell them?
Price?
Nope. I do not tell them. I don't commit to a price. Here's why I don't commit to a price. You know why I don't commit to a price? Because I don't know the price. I don't know what the price is. I don't have that information sitting in front of me because I'm on the showing page at this point.
I'm not sure. We've got a lot of units in that area, but I'm going to send you to the showing appointment.
I'm not sure, but I know it's less than $1,500, right? Now, if I have a general idea, like if I know they're in Coleman, I know what those two rents are, so it'll be less than $700, right? If I'm in Longview, if I'm on a Longview unit, it'll be less than $850. But I don't know if they're looking at a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom, so I don't have a way to actually give them that price without slowing down the call.
Gotcha.
Right? So I just tell them it's less than. And then if that price is an objection, what do you think they're about to do?
They're going to let you know right then.
They're going to tell me right then, oh, no, I need 600. I got to have 600. Great. I'm with you. I need 600 too. We got programs that can help with that. Can you go see it at noon? I got appointments ready within the next hour. Can you go see it at noon? Because can there be a valid price objection if they haven't seen the unit?
No.
No, it's all invalid. You know what I mean? So then they get the door. Why is that my process? Because all I'm trying to do is set a showing. I'm not trying to lease a unit. I'm trying to set a showing. So if I stay committed to the process of setting the showing, then I get the showing. Now, the software, once you set the showing and give them an email and a phone number, once you set the showing, the software will follow up with them automatically. How great is that? Because we're all human. So we're going to forget, right? I'm not going to forget if that's what I got to do all day, but I could forget. Like the next morning, I woke up and realized I had forgot about Pecos. You know, had a guy out there looking at that evening in Pecos. He worked nights. So I shoot him a little boop, 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 first thing in the morning. It's 6 a.m. I'm fucking texting her, dude. Hey, man, hope your night went calm. What's the email address so I can send you over an application? Right? Woke up. Before I thought about bacon and eggs, I thought about fucking Pecos. That's the level of commitment my leasing circle was on for this weekend. Now, it's going to be... What do you think I'm doing tomorrow?
Leasing?
What do you think I'm doing Thursday?
Leasing?
What do you think I'm doing Friday?
Maybe shredding?
No.
Leasing?
I do that on the weekend. Leasing. What do you think I'm going to do this weekend?
Probably more leasing.
Shredding. But when the phone rings, I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to... Here's what I do, and this is the other thing, because I don't have a lot of responsibility on this. I don't know how to get people in the unit, actually. I don't know if there's a code box. I don't know if they got to break in. I don't know what's going on. I just got them at the door, and I don't know how to get them in. New problems.
Good problems.
Good problems. New problems. What do you think I did then, Spoonie?
Tag Belinda. Or
No,
Paul?
I just double dialed Jacob. I said, hold on, I got a guy. He's the most reliable on my team. I'll call him right now. He'll get you in. Jacob, I don't know what he's doing. He's fucking balls deep in some work that needs to happen, probably. And I'm like, Jacob, this person needs a code to get in. Then I mute the phone and slide it over. And I start fucking around in the computer. I wait for Jacob to get them in. I'm like, are you in? Yeah, great. I've got an email. I've got a application. You should have a text and an email with an application on there. Call me back if you have any trouble making it through the application. Hang up on them. Don't even tell them how to put the key back in. Like, fuck it. Take it with you. You're moving in anyways. But you know what I do next? If in 30 minutes, they have not, if I do not see an application coming in, right?
You call them back.
I'm on them. Hey, what's up? Are you having trouble with your application? Is there anything I can help you get through? Yeah, I don't have any pay stubs. Wonderful. Skip that part. Skip it. They're like, what? I'm like, skip it. Don't need that anyways. Think you need a job to lease? You don't need a job to lease.
You just need money.
You just need $40 to apply right now. Mm-hmm. You got $40 to apply. We'll let somebody else figure out if you're employed or not. Not my job. What's my job?
After you've already shown some sort of
Setting the
commitment.
appointment.
No. Get the application. I've already set the appointment. Now I got to get the application. Sir, I don't know. I don't really want to spend $40 on it. If you're not a pedophile and have a pulse, you can rent from us, and we're still a maybe on the pedophile. Just get it in. Right? Not my job. Is it my job to approve applications? Mm-mm. It's not my job. It's not my job. I have been living with my mom for the last 17 years. Wonderful. Great. I'm with you.
Time for you to spread your wings.
I'm with you.
We're here to support you.
What a wonderful deal. I'd be tired of fucking in my mama's house too. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just skip that part of the application. We don't need a landlord's history. Just put your mama's name and phone number in there if you're worried about it, and just get that baby in. I've got 3 other people that are looking at it right now, but I'm rooting for you. I need you to get your application in so I can see if I can get it pushed through. Why? What's my job?
Get the application.
Get the application. Now, I haven't touched it after the application. I've not chased fucking pet screening. I've not chased fucking pay stubs. I've not chased any of that. Now, I do know out of the 16 applications, there's going to be a ton of them. Well, not a ton of them, probably 4 of them that aren't complete, but I don't think they would complete them anyways. I don't think the average person that, you know what I mean, they probably leave that shit off all the time anyways. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I do think the people that are worried about it and conscious of it and don't want to be not putting all the information out, it's like, you know, I'm a piece of shit. I'll skip questions. You know what I mean? Braxton's a fucking thorough individual. He's not going to leave one blank. You know what I mean? He's going to want to know how to fill it out. Braxton's going to be 100 times better tenant than I am.
For sure.
Like, I'm going to tear that place up. I'm going to ride it.
I will not fill out the whole application.
I'm going to leave it dirty. I'm going to bomb it out. I'm going to have some parties. There's
but
gonna be
you
some
write
keggers.
that off. That's you wrote that into your deposit. That's what I would do too.
It's like, I gave a deposit. That's for you.
That's your present, bro.
Yeah. Like
that hole in the wall, that's nothing.
Yeah, $700 just so I can punch sheetrock. I don't know what I don't know why you're mad at me. You know what I mean? But Braxton, on the other hand, he's like, I've been living with my mom. I just graduated. I don't know what to put
That's
here.
so funny.
You know what I mean? I lied there. I called my friends up. I was like, hey, you want to be my landlord? Yes. Shane, landlord. All right, man. Make sure you got. I'm $900 a month. That's what I've been paying. You got it? Yeah.
Religiously.
I'm gonna send you a screenshot so you can lie for me. You know what I mean? So I think the person that's conscious of it's going to be a better tenant anyways. So those 4 might make their way to the top if I was processing applications, but I haven't touched it. I haven't touched processing applications. I'm not going to touch processing applications until that becomes the pain point. But you know how it becomes a pain point, Braxton?
It's when applications are coming in too strong.
It'll be a pain point about probably Wednesday. It'll be a pain point because you know who else is going to be in the office when we're doing this on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday?
Huh.
You and Brenton. Are y'all going to be able to sit there and listen to me fucking rub it in y'all's face that I just got another one?
Absolutely not.
Like, competitive spirit's a strong, like, I would say, do you have competitive spirit?
Probably not.
Do you have competitive spirit?
Absolutely.
Is there a game that you can play right now?
Any game. I don't lose.
Against Emery, that you would just make her fucking cry?
Make her never play it again?
Make her never play it again?
Oh, yeah. If we were playing like Risk, I love that game.
But It doesn't matter. Here's how it goes whenever
Monopoly, same thing.
Emery
Smash
brings,
my kids. Just be like, sorry, you got to learn.
And then towards the end of Monopoly, if I'm not winning, I'm cheating. Like,
Yeah,
I will not
For sure.
lose.
Like,
I
you
will
gotta,
not lose.
Like, I don't have no problem smashing my kids in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That competitive spirit, like that you use in that situation
I'll
where
submit
you're
a couple applications.
where you're dominating.
I'll
That's right.
apply to all of yours. You apply to all of mine, and we'll just gift each other the $40 because we're each making $10 off that transaction, off every one, right? It's $50 bonus.
No, you're losing. You're losing money. But what I'm saying, in that situation, competitive spirit with the right direction will take you to fucking new heights you never knew before.
Yeah,
Because-
when the goal is to get applications and that's what the competition's for, that helps everybody in the end.
You said it. 2 hogs on the what?
Well, it was steers, but 2 hogs on the trough always eat more.
They get fatter. 2 hogs on the trough always get fatter.
My granddad showed me over and over. I'd be like, why'd you put 2 in there? He said, because that one wasn't gaining weight. And he put them in there, and they'd fight for that food, and that food would be gone in 1 minute. You leave one in there, the food's always just, they come by and eat,
Yeah.
walk around a little bit, eat a little more.
So I'm a little salty out here. I've been in these real estate streets now. Leasing. This is the worst time of year. This is the worst time of year. But I blew the back out of that excuse. That's no longer valid. But this is the worst time of year from a landlord point of view. You're going to lose. Your turnover is going to be tremendous. It's a nightmare every year. Every single year, in our price point tenants, people say, I'm not paying December's rent. I'll be out before January 15th. So they're gonna miss December's rent and January's rent. You can book it because they know the way evictions fall during the holidays that they can stagger it out and not have to, pay the piper. But they'll be out after the 1st of January. So you're going to miss 2 months rent and get 1 deposit and get back a dirty unit that you're going to have to turn. And it's going to happen. We lose the most tenants during December. What do you think the phenomenon is? Do you think it's Christmas?
I think it kind of goes back into what we look at, people selling their property.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they finally did have that one more Christmas. Holidays are over. Okay. I'm ready to move, ready to start something else, ready to New Year's resolution even, whatever it is.
Yeah.
New job. Like I'm going to start in January. Like,
What do you think it is?
I think it's the same thing. They're like, you know what? We just got to get through Christmas, and then we'll deal with it. January 1st, we'll look at real life. I've been there before.
I mean, I really do think they check out. I ain't mad at it. I just know the reality of it. Been doing this now 7 years. Didn't matter when we had 7 rentals. We had 700. It's been the same song and dance. December's gonna be worse. So it's a precarious situation because without the process, I don't even want to say proper systems and process because the proper systems and process will only take you so far. We've had turnover in the leasing department. You have to train. We kind of failed our people by not training them as hard as what we need to train. We've been buying houses, buying houses wise, we're reps. I'm with you. So when we hear something or that subject to that damn wholesaler was fucking around with, I was like, fuck, I've not trained Braxton on the owner finance offer. We never used it. It's like now we can use it, but we've never used it. So now we're going to go heavy into the owner finance offer. Why do you think we're going to go heavy into it? Curious.
think there's opportunity coming up.
What do you think?
I think there's opportunity. You're tying up less money.
It's because of the fund.
Like
The
if we-
fund.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
I was just to say for the fun, if we can go in and buy, yeah, absolutely, we'd love to do that. And I'd like to pay you to be the bank. I'm going to pay you 10% interest, whatever that rate is that day, 9% interest. You can only get a 0.5% in the bank account. 8% doesn't matter.
Shit like that.
Well, it doesn't matter. The whole point is none of that matters if you're only out the down payment on the house.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
So every time we get an objection on price where it's a marginal deal, we're $10,000-$20,000 apart, right? We can now give them their price if they carry the note.
You always start the offer at 180 equal payments.
That's where Spoon
That's-
starts it.
Zero. That's zero interest.
I started at $1 a month. Million-year note, $1 a month.
I'd take that deal.
Take that deal. You can start it wherever you want to start it, though. Doesn't matter. 180 equal payments has been taught a million times. It's great. But in reality, if they have a payment in mind, like if you know what payment they want in mind, you can back into that.
Mm-hmm.
It would be better to know what payment they have in mind and to then negotiate from there than it is to confuse them with an equal payment offer. Another thing is, if you're dealing with a landlord, don't give them an equal payment offer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the rules. I'm not a CPA, but you're going to have to put interest on that loan. They're going to know it. You're going to cause them problems. They're going to you're better off paying below market rate interest, whatever that is, 5-6%, and getting the amortization you want and getting the payment they need, than you had, get goofy with it. Get greedy with it, as I call it. But it will be powerful with the fund, because if we're buying stuff $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 down, turning them into a bank, no balloon, equity on the purchase, or taking it over subject to with proper paperwork, it will lever up what the fund can do from a rental perspective. And we'll have the cash if it's distressed, if it needs work, we'll have the cash to go do it. The only reason why we don't use owner finance in general is because we're using the Burr method. Do you know what the Burr method is?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the Burr method is? Somebody explain it to the viewers what the Burr method is.
You buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Okay. And on the refinance, how much of your money do you get out of it if you have equity?
Bank loan, 80% loan to value, 75.
And if you bought it at 60 cents on the dollar,
You're going to pull out that 15%.
which is better than parking money on an owner finance
Makes sense.
in theory. Because if you're getting an infant return on the Burr method,
You're pulling out equity that you bought.
that you negotiated. So you negotiated the equity, you didn't pay for it. Now it's there. You know what I mean? So
You just bought money.
What's an infinite return? This is something you taught me when we first started working together 4 years ago.
it's a dead 8. So what is an infinite return? If you don't have any money in the deal, then
How much do you have to make an infinite return if you have no money in?
$1. I don't know, a penny. I don't know.
Fraction of a penny.
Fraction
Yeah.
of a penny. I mean, any amount over zero makes it an infinite return. But yeah, so Twitter Spaces, you in there, Spoon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't hear that one this morning, but I was listening last night.
You don't follow Grant Cardone, do you?
I do. Yeah, I followed him last night.
Did you turn on the bell?
Oh, I did not do that, but I got my Twitter blue last night, so I'm gonna be.
You don't
just
even
like,
have a Twitter profile pic.
Yeah, you just pay the $11 and they give it to you.
A Twitter profile pic?
No, the little
It's $11 now?
yeah, $3 went to Apple. That was the deal Elon was beefing with them about.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you can still get a check mark?
Yep, they opened
Well,
it back up yesterday.
You just started your little Twitter, didn't you?
Yeah.
What'd you put in the title?
Username is Big Money Brax.
Yeah,
It's a baller username right there.
it is. But what's you
I think I did real estate investor,
hedge fund manager?
hedge fund manager, landlord.
Yeah, I was on,
That's a good bio right there.
my Jacob call was about Braxton this morning. So Jacob said, on this fund, how are we gonna do this distributions? He's like, oh, Kevin will be able to handle it. I'm like, no. That's what Braxton wants to do for a living. He needs to get in there and
That's true.
keep them books. He needs to run that software if we're going to use software. So you need to tell him what software we're going to be using so he can start YouTube University on it.
Start being an actual hedge fund manager.
I mean, look, a hedge fund manager. I don't know. Like, I can't decide if I'm looking forward to the fund or not. I think our private money people are going to love it.
I'm excited about the opportunity, like what we could buy.
Oh, I know. I'm excited about the deal structure and being able to negotiate, and really to be able to go at a fucking unbelievable pace. I'm ready to ratchet the speed up.
Yes.
I'm ready to get back in. I'm ready for the velocity of money to pick up, even though it'll only be for a small window till we place all that money. I'm ready to be looking at a lot of real estate.
But then we operate. Then it's like a whole different game, but same
Until
thing.
that money comes back.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, it's going to be fun.
And I am, well, y'all probably wouldn't be excited about this. The thing I'm most excited about is doing all the verticals or horizontals, whatever, like learning how to put down those trailers, learning how to, like I'm stoked about all of it.
Dude, I'm
Cranking all that stuff out, like getting a turnover process where I just have 8 electric poles sitting there ready to go, and I have them on top of a truck, and they're in the ground. We've got that less than a 2-day turnaround to do the whole hookup. Like all of that, I'm stoked about. I love doing that stuff.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked about all that too. I was like, man, I'm gonna reach out to Doc Robinson because yesterday, asking questions about grade and all that, and I'm like, I know we can build a pad, but if all we had was dirt dropped there, and the skid steer with its attachments just sitting there, and Doc could come down on a Saturday and build 5 pads in a day and hit a lick, using our equipment just in his experience and his and hit a lick, and then he makes money and we're not out there for a week.
Absolutely, because he'll come out there with his laser.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And he might bring his own one. If he's got a skid loader with a laser on it, like he could come out and set that thing up on the tripod over there and just burn them down. Like,
well, he wouldn't make as much money
yeah, that's true.
because he's got that on a job. You know what I mean? This is Saturday. This Saturday money. Hey, come run our little baby, and
Can I teach Braxton how to run a transit?
I don't care what you teach.
You teach me everything.
Yeah.
We got all the time in the world. Once the money's placed, you
Yeah.
teach me everything.
Yeah,
I'll be a master electrician by the end of it.
yeah. We're
Probably.
but
It's only 12,000 hours.
That's not
so
bad.
some of the things I'm learning on Twitter Spaces. You said you're not. You don't.
I haven't been on Twitter Spaces yet.
Yeah, Braxton, you get on some Twitter Spaces. Like you're out jogging, training for an ultra marathon, and you ain't on Twitter Spaces.
Just need to be listening.
Well, the Twitter people are weird, but if you get on a Grant Twitter Space, and
Well,
he
that
doesn't-
was cool. Like Grant Cardone and Kevin O'Leary. Like that's interesting. Super interesting.
super interesting. So when Twitter Spaces came up on my phone this morning, I started listening to it. But last night, I mean, he's doing them every night. He's doing his entire real estate conference this weekend on Twitter Spaces. So the one that we paid $1,500 for, and then he sold the online ticket for however much, he's doing for free on Twitter Spaces. Not a bad deal. You should be on Twitter Spaces this weekend if you want to get the most current information from the top of what the top's seeing. Now, I've been on every space that Grant's done in the evening time, mainly because we go to bed so early. I'm just laying there with my phone on my chest, listening to it on a low volume while everybody sleeps. But the top, like, do you know what redemption is out of a fund or like a redemption request? So the top money in the world, BlackRock, I don't even know the other ones. Biggest home builder in the United States has 5,000 built units.
Who is that, Lenore?
Lennar has 5,000 built units that they're trying to dispose of. They're currently shopping 5,000 built homes and have suspended all building.
Holy shit.
So they're shopping them to investors. They're shopping them to BlackRock. They're shopping them to everyone. So what does that tell you? If they've got 5,000 that are in some phase of being built, that they need to sell and they're willing to give away at basis or whatever it is, they're not trying to sell them on the open market. What does that tell you?
They're hurting.
They're hurting. They know something. They got information that we don't have. They know something we don't know. Their debt is something they can't stand, and they're not real estate operators, so they're not going to put a tenant in. If we were building homes and we ended up holding on to what we do,
Put tenants in them.
we'd put tenants in.
We'd ride that in the apocalypse if we had to.
Maybe. I mean, we wouldn't, if they're cash flow negative, we'd eventually lose them, but we lose them. And
We'll hold out a whole lot longer.
yeah, we'd hold out a whole lot longer. I mean, eventually they would come home to roost if we're cash flow negative. But we hope the market could turn in between now and the time, and we could, when one go vacant, we could sell it, and lower our balance sheet down, or interest rates go down and we could refinance. You know, we'd have to call up a bigger homie. You know, come help us refinance this stuff. Our credit's kind of shot. We've been missing payments, but You know what I mean? We're hanging on. We're in there.
But I still think a bank's gonna like that. What you got? No, I don't know, a couple thousand brand new built homes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could probably figure something out.
So they're shopping. They're shopping those homes, and they've suspended building. That's an interesting piece of data that came off of Twitter Spaces from a call that Grant was on with them. You get what I mean? Like this isn't like through the bushes. This is a call that he's on where they are trying to sell, and the other people on the call, it ain't just Grant, it's BlackRock, it's all the peeps, all the homies are there. Okay, so that's a call we don't get on, right? Would you agree or disagree that in our own little, like, there's levels to this shit, and at our level, you know what I mean? Especially you, Spoon, maybe not as much Braxton, and people don't really call me anymore. I think I'm mean to them, and they don't ever call back. But you're plugged in. You talking to the other homies.
Not really. Who do you think I talked to?
Chad?
Chad who? Oh, Chad.
Chad's not going to like that.
Are you talking about like the one that was married to my cousin? I talked to him
Maybe. I don't
because we were family.
know. No, there's no Chad. We're doing a septic for him.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. He was married to my cousin. That's why I know him.
Mm-hmm.
I was in his wedding.
So that's why he said that about Spoon.
That's so weird.
No, but we do talk to other people.
I talked to Chad, yeah.
You talk to other people.
Yeah, I don't think as many as you think.
I don't care how many you talk to. When you talk to them, what do you talk about? Hey, what's going on in the market? What are you seeing? Or, well, never mind, not you.
How's business going?
How's business?
You ever hit him with that?
I don't ever call to talk to Chad about business. It's always something else. The last time I talked to him is because, I don't know, his ex-father-in-law was dying, my mom's brother.
I know, Spoon.
Does he? What's his father-in-law own? Anything?
Yeah.
He's
We're
dead.
looking at.
It's my mom's brother. He died.
You got his? Was he married?
You can call my mom, figure all that out. Me and him didn't talk.
I don't know why you haven't already.
Ooh.
Me and him didn't talk. Like,
But anyways,
there's a
regardless-
lot of family pain built in there that you can dig into. You're welcome.
whoa.
I'm just trying to find a deal, bro.
Yeah, whoa. Y'all
Like,
two.
I don't want anything to do with him.
Y'all two
or-
settle down.
or his family.
This is getting. I'm about
Like-
to make an inappropriate joke, and then Spoon's going to flip the table over. And
Maybe.
we're going to all be
He's going to find my family buttons.
like, y'all quit pushing each other's family buttons. Y'all always
Hey,
like go
funny-
too far.
Funny story. My uncle that we're talking about that I wasn't exactly friends with. The last time, one of the last times I saw him, he's like, "Hey, I just invited your dad to men's camp, and I was thinking about inviting you to the men's church camp, but I just don't think it'd be a good fit." And I'm like, "You know what? You're probably right." And I just walked out of the building.
What do you even say to that?
Nothing. He's just, that's the kind of relationship we had.
That's a
And when that's a
knockout.
strong flex on his part, he's like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
not
godly."
godly. You're not godly."
It's like, I don't think that'd be a good fit.
Anyways, so at all levels of real estate investing right now, people are reaching out. How's business going? This and that. You as a lender, people that you deal with, what are you seeing? What's going on? It's happening at every level. Grant's plugged into the conversations that BlackRock's in on. So redemption request. Redemption request is beating up the top of the top. Are beating up the top of the top. What's a redemption request?
I don't know. You just asked me if I knew.
What's a redemption request
In a fund,
in a fund?
it's to basically want to cash out so that you have to redeem your shares at the net asset value.
Yes. Who just put in a redemption request this week to BlackRock bigly?
Florida.
Florida did? Who else?
Don't know.
Harvard. $58 billion endowment. I don't know how much they have with BlackRock, but they tapped old BlackRock on the shoulder and said, "Hey, we need it back. We want ours back." Now, in a down economy, a shaky economy, where the Harvard endowments tapping on the shoulder of BlackRock saying, "Give us our money back."
Want to weather out this storm.
Yeah, we want to sit on the sideline for this one. We'll set this one out. Or we think there's a big opportunity coming, so we want to be ready for it, whatever that Harvard endowment could be ready for. But anyways, so what do they got to do? Here's the funny thing about BlackRock. BlackRock doesn't operate real estate. So they'll invest in your fund, somebody else's fund. They're always a couple of steps away. So then they got to tap smaller operators on the shoulders and say, "Hey, give us," they got to go get it.
They've got to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, in a way. So it's kind of trickling through. So the Harvard endowment, I think California had their pension fund is doing a redemption request. Several redemption requests coming out. So when they do that and the liquidity isn't there, or maybe the liquidity you have, you it's all committed already into real estate, or you can't sell the stocks that you have because it'll be at a loss. So what can you sell in this market? What can you sell to get that money to be able to pay off that redemption request?
I mean, your current inventory would be the only thing you have, right?
Yes, but what is liquid? What is liquid enough to sell in this economy?
Anything at a
Well, don't think of it as a specific. Don't think of it specifically, right? Don't think so specific. Think
something
general.
discounted, something that can cash flow.
Not discounted, but maybe discounted, but not discounted. What do you think? Right now, at your own house, you're in a bond. You got to sell something. You got to sell your most liquid asset at your house.
Cars.
Cars your most liquid? Okay, in your house, what's the most liquid?
Probably cars, guns,
Guns?
something like that.
In a portfolio of real estate that doesn't include stocks, in a portfolio of real estate, think of asset classes. Think of hotels. Think of office. Think of retail. Think of storage. Think of apartments. What's the most liquid?
I would think out of all of those, I mean, apartments probably, residential.
Yes. And which apartments can you sell in this economy? Which ones are going to actually produce a buyer?
The smaller multifamily.
Don't think of size.
C&D.
Not really. Your best one.
Yeah.
Your best one is going to be the most liquid. It's going to be
That makes
your
sense.
best asset in this economy that sells.
For somebody looking.
You're not going to liquidate your worst asset because nobody's going to pay for it. You're like, well, I don't want that. I want sliced beef. I want steak. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like I'm a buyer, bro. I'm a buyer. I got money. Why are you trying to sell me trash? I don't want roast beef. I want steak.
That makes sense.
So in the inverse, in this last time around, and this is all coming off Twitter Spaces, Grant Cardone conversation. Last time around, I wasn't around for the last financial crisis, but the banks took all the houses back. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
They foreclosed, took all the houses back. This time, who's going to take the houses? Who's going to end up with the houses this time?
People with
Hedge
liquidity.
A rich dude.
Liquidity.
He's just going to snatch these assets up. They're going to be picking it. They're going to be sniping the best assets. Boop, boop, boop. And then BlackRock, who will have to sell their best assets because of redemption requests, will create a ton of opportunity for operators that have access to capital. So Grant has $350 million on the sideline right now to pick these distressed assets. Cash. Just boop, I'm cash. Boop, I'm cash. Like, you come to me with a core asset multifamily, I'm going to take it off your hands cash. I'll put debt on it after I own it. We'll pick it cash.
I think that goes to show kind of the benefit of the fund is it's like the speed that you can move with and the precision. It's like you have the opportunity, get on it.
Get on it.
That's
Done.
it.
I'm the decision maker. All the rest of these people that are institutional buyers, they have to go through a committee. They can't move as fast. They can't get through their inspection as fast. They can't meet that deadline. Their debt ain't going to ride with them. All this. The other thing about these assets, the debt on these assets. Have you ever explored it or done any research on it? Have you? So if these assets do have debt on them, it's going to be low interest rate debt, and it's going to have a 10-year prepayment penalty. So all of that debt will be assumable. So essentially, Grant will be able to buy Class A apartments in core locations off of the biggest players in the games that are getting beat up by redemption requests, subject to the existing financing.
Do you think they have adjustable rates? Or
No.
So he's going to be able
well,
to
you
go in
wouldn't
there and buy them at whatever they...
Well, you wouldn't buy adjustable rate. That asset's just not. It's not
It's not
marketable.
the best
It's
one.
not the best one. It's not going to go to market.
There's no due on sale clause on taking down something
No,
like
it'll
that.
be in a fully assumable.
That's wild.
It's fully assumable. The reason why when they do those, I mean, massive $160, $180 million loans, those $750 million is what Grant borrowed In one deal, he was doing $750 million loan. Think about this, 750. How much money is dependent upon that yield? In other words, we're getting interest on that money, and we're depending. I mean, that's a huge amount of people that are dependent upon that yield. That's a massive economy. 750 million, drawing a 3% interest rate. That's getting paid monthly. You get what I'm saying?
Dude, that's got to be like some small nation's GDP.
Well, they invested that money in real estate so they could have a calculated return, a calculated dividend. You know what I mean? They loaned it because they wanted it to be money they could set their watch by.
For at least 10 years.
Yes. If a motherfucker comes in there and sells, right?
I don't care. Just keep paying me.
Well, yes. But if they sell and it gets paid off,
They lost their.
what other asset can you place that
Well,
on in
yeah,
one
I guess that
spot?
makes sense. It's like money seeks yield. Where can you get a yield on something that big?
You gotta underwrite
it
a
worth your
completely
while.
new deal, right? Now, how many man hours does that fund, that life insurance, whoever's funding this deal, how many man hours of research do they have in underwriting that borrower and that deal
It's got to be tens of thousands.
to make a 3% return? So they're probably negative for the first year, anyways. So if you trade it quickly, they put a prepayment on there to protect their yield. The bigger it gets, the longer the prepayment is. So like in our stuff, we did it to a small local bank. We bought one, refinanced it, sold it 6 months later. Bank didn't have a prepayment penalty on there. Next one we refinanced, guess what it had?
Prepayment
A
penalty.
5-3-1 step down. Why? Because we burned the bank. Bank placed $1 million that they could set their watch by. Next thing you know, they're getting a payoff request. They didn't put any origination points on it. You know what I mean? They in that deal
They have to have something
Yeah.
to make sure that it's worth their time.
Yeah, it has to be worth their time, and the larger that amount of money is, the longer that prepayment is. So with that debt, really all they care, they got the asset they want. They underwrote the asset, so it can stay with the asset. Now they're just going to come in and look at the borrower and look at the operator's track record. So if you don't have the track record and borrower, I mean, you're shit out of luck. You're not going to get to assume anything. You know what I mean? Spoonie, you could. Braxton, yeah, probably not. Spoonie could go in with the track record of the last how many years.
4.
Yeah, but
Can you believe that? It's been 4 years, Corey.
oh, Spoon, I know. Believe me, I know. I set my watch by it. But
I'd
anyways,
have to put your name next to mine, Spoonie.
yeah, might have to cosign a little bit. A little cosign. You going to cosign, Spoonie?
Sure.
For a little equity, a little vitamin E.
Little vitamin E for Braxton. He just wants to go buy $60 million.
Come on.
You can only go broke once.
Well, it won't. Good thing about real estate, it's not Bitcoin, so it won't go to zero. But anyways, this is it. Do we have any questions? I can't read that one. What's Grant Cardone? I don't know. What
Was
that
Grant
says.
Cardone by Jeffrey Epstein's Island?
Maybe. You know what I mean?
Would you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd buy it. You wanna know why?
Where's he even at?
Oh, Jeffrey?
He's
Yeah.
alive somewhere.
Yeah, he's on vacay. He's probably on that island. Comes with Jeffrey.
No, the island.
I don't know what the island is. But you want to know why you could buy it?
Huh.
It's going to be a discount. It's like buying a
It's
house.
like a haunted house or something.
Yeah, it's like buying
across
a
from a
hou-
cemetery.
Yeah, it's like buying a house where a murder took place. You know, the Idaho house up there where the murders happened at? Y'all want to reach out to it live on the air?
Well,
See if we can lock it up?
Jeffrey Epstein had that big ranch in New Mexico, too. We could reach out for that one.
I mean, you can buy whatever you want from Jeffrey Epstein.
Did
If
you know that
got
he
the money.
didn't kill himself?
I've heard that.
Y'all are going to get us kicked off the internet. But either way, it's going to be a discount. Probably not a lot of buyers. Probably good economy to pick it up. But anyways, the real estate state of the union is precarious at best. But
What's the biggest loan you've ever taken?
I think my truck.
No, I mean like real estate wise. GBT.
I've never taken a loan. You forget I got bad credit. I'm not on any of the corporations. I'm just a vice president or something. So I might not even be a VP.
I was just thinking about the size of that loan, that $750 million.
What are you thinking about it for?
No, just the scale of it. Like,
Well,
it's 1,000 times as big as the biggest loan I've ever taken.
Here's another stat. Grant's raised over $1 billion. $1 billion raised. Now, I don't know how that works because he's paying out $50 million this year to investors. $50 million. So if he raised $1 billion, is only paying out $50 million. What kind of return is that? Not great.
5%.
Is it 5%?
Yeah.
That's what I think in my brain, but I don't know if that's right.
$50
Billions, a
million
lot
of
of
a billion?
zeros.
No, it's a
$100
$1 billion
million.
is 1,000 millions. It's paying out 50 million.
So 100 million is 10% of $1 billion. So
it's 5%
50 million is 5%.
on the billion. So okay, for some reason
It's so many zeros. It's just not.
I just was like, I heard that and I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't take that deal. That's not it. Like if I invest $1 billion, I gotta get it back at least 250 million. I mean, come on. But
Just
if
for the
it's
fact that
5%,
you're paying out $1 billion. Like,
well,
if I'm going to move this money, if I'm going to give you that,
I mean, but paying out 50 billion to investors or 50 million to investors this year, that's pretty impressive. But anyways, we can dive into all that later. Spoonie, you seem sad.
I'm not. I'm just thinking about the scale of that.
I've just been ranting this whole time.
Oh, that's normal.
I'm fucking salty.
I'm a little salty about him fucking bringing up my uncle over there.
I'm just trying to find us a deal. I'm
I'm
trying to
just
find a
messing
deal to feed your family, Jason.
Thank you.
Because that's what
nice.
I do.
And I'm willing to co-sign for you because
Savage is a savage does.
you're a savage.
I leased y'all's fucking shit in Snyder.
That's
The
right.
unleasable.
I live there.
Yeah.
I got Cash App money to send you today. Got to get you that Roadhouse.
You just send me a little Cash App money?
I don't understand it. Like yesterday, I was like, "Hey, Spoon, I finally finished shredding your 56 acres.
Mhm.
I spent a lot of my own diesel money getting back and forth.
Mhm.
I'm negative on this deal for sure.
Mhm.
Could you please cash out me my Roadhouse money so I can take the fam to Roadhouse?" And you were like,
Nope.
"Yeah." Cash App hadn't gone off.
Just like,
It's because of I only have our business stuff in Cash App.
Look,
I had
if
to
y'all
fix
want
it.
to cash out me so I can go to Roadhouse, it's Roughneck 2 Real Estate. That's my
You
cash
should.
app. So y'all put a
The
little.
last
dollar
time we
in.
were there, he got my food Visine dropped.
That's not the
I
last
think
time
you
we were
did
there.
that.
But,
Ours next to last.
The last time we had a great time.
yeah.
Nice family trip to Roadhouse.
It was that.
It actually
That
was
was
a good, like not being sarcastic.
probably
it
our
was a
best
good
one.
Roadhouse trip.
We had a big girl waitress.
I mean, she was normalish.
I mean,
Like that seems like a hard take.
normal for heart disease.
On, wow.
But no,
Mike
it was-
Leach would have been proud of you, Braxton.
no, I mean, look, she was a big girl, but she was vibing with us.
She was. She was really like
On a
Corey just
Wednesday.
had this magical flow with her, and it was back and forth the whole time. And you know, I haven't seen that kind of connection with Corey and a waitress in a long time.
I think it was Braxton.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying shit to throw you under the bus. The
No, Braxton. I don't. Braxton, what'd you think?
I didn't feel like I talked to her
did-
that much.
I do agree with you. I feel like Braxton has this magical ability. We've got a waitress in Waco that's in love with Braxton. She's tried to shred our properties. She still wants to give him her pudding, whatever that
I
is.
don't-
It's like
He does want to give you.
she
That was a rough
brings up
time right there. I was in the sale, didn't know I was in the sale. I thought I was just
she brings
negotiating
up
banana
pudding,
pudding. I'm
pudding
like,
without a G
whoa.
every time
Pudding.
she sees
How,
Braxton.
how old is she?
pudding. She's 23.
Looks 50.
Ish.
Like it's just,
But
it just.
she's got to think Braxton's just got this natural youth ability. You know, he's still young and fresh faced, and they're like, you know what? I want to take that out for a spin.
I do feel like our Roadhouse waitress did not know how serious we were being about life at
Yeah,
that
I don't-
moment because she thought. I think we had her convinced that who was the lovers? Was it you and him? Who was gay
No,
in this
no,
group?
you. It started out me and you.
Jacob was the only straight one. That's
yeah,
all I
think,
know.
I think that was it.
but
Yeah, that
I
was
don't-
true.
I think
And then-
y'all were the thing, but
Throuple.
I was also somewhere in there.
Yeah, and she was all about it. But
Yeah,
I felt like she at the end she was wanting to pick me up and carry me through a threshold. You know what I
Like
mean?
before I do agree with all that too. But
was-
in the future, when we do these endeavors and you're trying to convince everybody at the table that we're gay partners, can you wait till afterwards so they don't Visine drop me because you explained to them
No,
that
that's homophobic.
you
if
were
they
my
do that, so
14-year-old
you don't have to worry.
lover.
Well, I was your 14-year-old lover.
I've known you
can't-
for 5
they can't
years, so that's
discriminate.
impossible.
They can't discriminate.
yeah,
And was the key fact.
yeah, like it's no big deal. You know what I mean? People grow, Spoon. You've grew past that, so don't worry about
I
it.
went to that camp where they yell that out of you. They just yell at you. So you're like, I'm not gay no more. You
Well,
won.
I stuck my foot in my mouth at the Christmas party with Braxton's fam.
What? That's what he said. I didn't know what you
Yeah, I asked
said.
him
Oh,
about
yeah,
it. He
no.
said he didn't even know it.
No, I didn't. Nobody knows but me. I was
What'd you say?
well,
Is this more for the different generations?
yeah, probably, but I
Probably.
just brought up fat girls. You know.
He was being weird. He didn't even say hi to my wife.
Well, I stuck my foot in my mouth right out the first.
Because I went
table,
home
so
and
I was
asked. I went home and asked her. I'm like, did Corey even say hi to you? She's like, not one word.
well, hold on.
Fat girls in the sense of the Brenton story.
I told the Brenton story.
I had already told her
Yeah, but I think
how you
Aunt
told
Linda's
it.
so dry. I don't know if she's entertained by it.
She
gonna say no.
she can be hard to read if you don't know her, but she's cool.
I was like, shit, I didn't. Damn it! Oh no, I got Brenton here, and then I was like trying to redeem myself, and then right after that, I pissed off DJ's girlfriend, and I was like, you know what? I better stay away from.
And what was
Spoonie's
ironic
wife.
about that though? It's like that dude's whole thing is he likes it when girls get mad about it.
And then so Spoonie's wife, I was like, I would if in the
The trifecta.
She was a little frustrated at me. Like if you had set off Megan and Robin, you'd have just had to leave.
well, Robin was hammered.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There was no way to set off Robin. Robin was in good party mode. Robin would have drove us to the strip club drunk. All of us. Get in, we're going.
I went in and saw the bottle of Cuervo Silver sitting on the table and the Dos Equis and started there. And I
What-
probably didn't do myself no favors.
So at the Christmas party, Robin hammered, having a great time. Sherry hammered, having a great time.
Oh, she was hilarious.
Stuart having a great time because everybody else is hammered, which I barely talked to Sherry, hardly talked to Stuart.
He didn't drink though, right?
Gave Vicky a hug in passing. No, well, he does drink, but not when he's got.
Him and Ivan were just talking the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't talk to Ivan. I didn't talk to Becky, Jacob's mom. I just showed up late. Had a wreck. What are we doing here?
Oh, that's a great one. I don't like men's no more. Have you ever seen this one? It's so good. This is such a I don't like men's no more.
That the Lord tonight has set you free.
Yes, sir.
Turn around and tell those people.
Tell them.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women.
Don't get us a strike.
I'm not
Don't
gay.
get someone.
I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on
I can't believe y'all
makeup.
never seen this video.
I will love a woman.
All right, that's good. Oh shit,
listen,
yeah, with the dance at the end.
Y'all praise God with him. Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody believe
Okay.
God with
All
him.
right, you can turn this off. Do this one for me since we're just getting right into different generations. Do Fat Little Girlfriends for Spoonie.
We watched it yesterday.
It's okay. We can watch it again.
Spoonie, you don't like Fat Little
I
Girlfriends?
do. It's hilarious.
This is it.
As coaches, we failed to get through to them. As coaches, we failed to make our coaching points and our points more compelling than their fat little girlfriends. Now, their fat little girlfriends have some obvious advantages. For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear, which
Tell
is
them
how
how great
great
they are.
you are,
is
and
great.
how easy it's going to be, and how we had a whole bunch of people. Everybody wanted to win the football game, but nobody wanted to play the football game. Well, that defies every level of work ethic that exists with regard to football. And as coaches, we have to solve our failure on reaching them, and the players have to listen. And I'm willing to go to fairly
great.
amazing lengths to try to make that happen. I don't know if I'll be successful this week or not, but I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
Is that not?
It's a good
Paul,
man
have you
right
ever
there.
seen that?
I have not, no.
That's the coach that passed away that we were talking about at the beginning, Mike Leach.
Yeah, R.I.P.
That's Mike Leach. That's man, I was like, I had tears in my eyes whenever I was reading that he was in the hospital and that there was some leaks coming out that he was brain dead. And anyways, I was upset. He's a national treasure. He could talk about literally anything And since he could talk about anything, they would ask him different questions all the time. They would ask him questions about marriage, all kinds of stuff. So, anyways, Braxton, real estate deals. How much you gonna make this week? We got any deals in the pipeline that are gonna come through?
I think if we can get that appraisal back, Brian might be ready by the end of the week.
I'm not talking about closing. I'm talking about contracted. We got 3 last week. I like all 3 of those.
Yeah, those are solid deals.
I like all 3 of those. Spoonie, got anything in the pipeline? We're gonna get power on in Orange.
Yeah, I didn't get an update on it yesterday. I'll find out here.
I was gonna call Brandon.
All we're waiting on is he ain't the one doing it. You need to call Colby.
I was gonna call everybody. I was gonna say this is top priority. We gotta find out what Orange can do because then we can put private money on it. Be done with that baby. Hell, anyways, that's pretty good. So, nothing else
Going to Amarillo Thursday. You want to ride with me?
for what?
Take that test.
Braxton knows a girl in Amarillo.
I don't.
She's in Lubbock.
Yeah. Has she texted you back yet?
Mm-hmm.
There's a conversation happening.
Mm-hmm.
An ongoing conversation,
Yeah.
like dialogue.
Like, no, she's gonna be in Central Texas. I don't.
When?
22nd, 29th.
So exactly
See.
when we're gonna be up? No, not the whole time.
Coming back.
Say
I don't
just
know.
No,
just go ahead and lock those dates out.
no, you have. We're not going till after Christmas, so you could do both.
Yeah.
You could invite her.
Hey.
Just pull that move. This is what you do.
Nothing weirder than going.
No.
That isn't weird because like that really is such a cool place that it's like I know it's random, but hey, this is like awesome out here. Just
But this is why that's a. It's not a bad move on his part to invite her, and then if she does go, it's not a bad move. Here's why it's a flex. Here's why it's an absolute flex. Because it's a guy's trip, and then Braxton brings a girl along. You know what I mean? And then she steals the show because we just put her with Stuart. Stay here.
Those
work.
TikToks would be the funniest.
Yeah,
Just
no,
a,
we just
a
let
dude
them-
not saying
we
a
just-
word the whole time.
No. You
He never says shit to me.
he look. You're being
he must not like
No,
you.
no, I just don't know him. Like he never. I don't. But the other day he said hi. Like hi, Stuart. Nice to see you.
He's told me about running from the police and what was the land before Lake Limestone.
yeah.
Sleeping in his truck till morning.
Well, Spoon, do you want to come? Do you want to come to New Mexico? Can't make it. It's because we invited you after we invited her.
No, you. It doesn't matter.
I'm just telling you, like we're gonna go hunting. We're not gonna kill anything. We already know that. Shane's gonna buy an expensive bottle of whiskey. I'm gonna drink it.
We'll kill something.
But yeah, something will die.
Bring the Glock this time. We should have a contest.
We'll definitely have a contest. That if we don't kill anything else, we will shoot a lot of ammo into wherever it is.
I mean, you can do that in my place.
No, you just don't understand.
They're saying
I'm not
Spoon-
inviting you. I'm
Spoon
just saying
do-
you could do it at my place.
We were shooting a what's that?
They're saying Spoon do the big Texan challenge.
Yeah. While you're in Amarillo.
I'm not going to eat a 72-ounce steak before I take a test.
Spoon,
Do it
do it
I
after.
feel like slobbering.
You
Do it
idiot.
after.
Do it after.
Did you call me an idiot?
Yeah, like why would
Get
you
the
have
fuck
to
outta
do
here.
it before?
Will you do it?
Yes.
No, I'm not built
Yeah,
like you.
I'm not.
Hold on,
I'm not
I'm
not
either.
as mad as
Do you
you,
know how
Spoon,
much
that's all.
72 ounces of steak is?
Spoon, do you want me to go eat the 72-ounce steak?
Yes, I don't want to do it. That's fucking gross.
If you go for it, I'll go for it.
I'm not doing that. That's nasty. Like that's so much meat.
I fully believe Corey can do it though.
Oh,
I don't believe
I don't think
can.
you should.
I don't think you
I don't
can.
think there's any
No.
benefit or point.
I will ride. I will drive out there with you.
Mm-hmm.
We will both drive out there with you. We can listen to Grant Cardone the whole way. You can say none of that matters as many times as you want and flex on us back and forth for fucking 11 hours because 5.5 hours each way. I
It's
don't
longer
think
than
you
that.
can eat it. And Paul's going to videotape the whole
We
thing.
got to give the people what they want, guys.
Right.
Just know, I can win that challenge, but I won't eat a salad because I'm not a bitch. Just give me
mean-
another 72-ounce steak and let me fucking put my name on the wall.
So you're going in on
144.
144 ounces
Yeah,
of steak.
144 ounces of steak and a baked potato and put my fucking name on the wall, and we'll skip the salad.
I
leave
think
it
if
for
we
the
even
rabbits.
got to pay for those steaks, it's worth doing to watch him try to eat 144 ounces.
If he finishes, he don't pay.
No, you got to eat the salad to
You
get
got
it
to
free.
eat the salad to get it for free. And that's the only reason why I've never done it. I'm like, this is dumb. Like, give me green beans.
What he's saying is he can't do it.
I don't want a salad.
I get it.
I don't. I've seen Corey put down some meat and just keep eating, and after rolls, after sides, after whatever.
You should go do like the Coney Island hot dog challenge.
You,
I feel like you
foul.
could throw
That's-
100 of those. back.
That's just so foul to watch, though. Like
It's
that's
just-
that's not.
there's you a good clip.
I think you just have to be wrong in the head, and then you can be good at one of those.
Spoonie, you're being a little ridiculous right now.
Ridic.
Ridic.
I'm willing to drive there with you. And it'll be the most time I've ever spent in the car with you ever.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it'd work out well for us.
Why is that?
I don't know. Where do you think? I don't know.
We're staying at Hampton Inn. We would know that.
Well, we know
Drive-
that. Yeah,
like-
but here's the thing. Like, have you got your room in Amarillo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I booked it immediately.
Okay, good. I was about to say, because Amarillo is an oasis out on Interstate 40. I mean, it really is.
It's got a brand new Hampton Inn on the east side of town. It's nice.
It does, but there's a reason why they build a hotel a month there.
Yeah.
And the reason why is it's an oasis.
I get a good rate because it's on Thursday.
Between Oklahoma City and Amarillo on Interstate 40, where can you stay?
Probably nowhere, right?
A handful of very small towns with very small
The side of the
shitty
road?
bedbug hotels.
Yeah, like no-tell motels.
Between Albuquerque and Amarillo, where can you stay?
Nowhere.
That's not.
There's like one gas station.
It's fucking terrible. So it's an oasis. So if it books up, if you're driving through, it's the best place to own a hotel ever because they just drive into town and like, oh shit, I need a room. I can't make Albuquerque. Albuquerque's kind of the same way. I mean, well, the few times I've tried to stay in Albuquerque on the road, I've had trouble finding a hotel. But anyways, at Vance, you can always find them.
We'll say that steakhouse, best hamburger of my entire life.
And where?
The Big Tex or whatever.
Maybe I'll try the
It's
hamburger.
delicious hamburger.
Dude, it really is good.
I've never been there. Would you ever? That Hampton Inn's right beside it. We stayed there with all the little kids, and we just couldn't go in there. It's too much with the little ones.
Did you know Corey built that hotel with his bare hands?
I don't believe that.
These hands.
I can promise you, I built more hotels than Corey has.
Well, he built that one. So
He did not. How many hotels you built?
I don't build hotels. I'm not of that descent. I'm not of that persuasion.
That persuasion.
Not.
I probably actually only built like 8.
Look, I just know. Here's what I knew about hotels. When we'd show up into a new town, like when I got to Mansfield, Pennsylvania, there was no hotels.
And when they show up, it's too late.
And when they started building the first one, I was like, "This is almost over.
It's
This
always
is almost done." Because in the amount of time it takes to get enough data for a big corporation to build a big hotel, you've already done the work that needed to be done there. Now, there'll always be those guys that have to go up there and do a little bit of work, but the actual boom is gone. So,
should we cut this? Get into different
Yes.
iterations?
yes, we do. I'll see y'all. Roughneckrealestate.com if you need a hard money loans. You want to send Spoon a message.
I talk to everybody.
Yeah. Find him on Grindr though. That's his
Grinder.
That's the easiest
Yeah,
place.
Grinder. I was looking for a place with it's not enough gay for me on Grinder, so I'm trying to
he
find a
just-
place.
He's really responsive on there, super fast. Braxton, did you delete your Tinder now that
Never had one.
Never
Never
had
will.
a Tinder?
He's a plenty of fish guy.
oh my god.
Never had any of them. Never will.
Plenty of fish and Bumble. He
I don't
wants
even-
the girls to judge him.
Wait, hold on. We're going to dive into that on the different generations. So, do y'all think we should do the different generations live?
But why not? What do we?
Paul, what do you think?
Oh yeah.
We have nothing to lose. You're the most hated person on TikTok this week.
How was I?
No, I don't know. I'm
I
just
was. There's some bad. I do need to do a response video of that, so I'll holler at y'all later. In this shit, Paul, why have you never had a dating app? How do you date if you don't talk to girls in real life?
I just.
Like, I've been